Hey beautiful people, so in today's video we're going to be talking about how to build your self-esteem. Self-esteem is the bedrock of any important decisions that we make in life, whether it's in choosing a spouse, whether it's in choosing a career, pursuing a dream or a passion or a hobby. Self-esteem is extremely important. And I know in this world of social media, there's a lot that can come at us that can chip away at our self-esteem if we're not careful. So I'm going to share a couple of tips that you can do to ignite your self-esteem so you can go out there and conquer the world. Get dressed. The reality is sometimes you need to look good in order to feel good. It just is what it is. I know a lot of times we work so hard on strengthening our inner selves, working through our traumas and all that kind of stuff. But if you spend all day in your pajamas, or if you spend all day just not caring about your appearance, when you look in the mirror, it's like taking a dagger to your heart because you're like, oh, why do I look like this? Why do I look like a schlump? And you start having all these negative feelings and emotions because you're not presenting yourself to yourself as your best self. I'm not even talking about presenting yourself for everybody else, but even if it's just you in your house, look presentable. Even if you're going to wear pajamas that day, wear nice pajamas. Throw away anything that has holes in it, anything that's like all bummy and not worthy of who you are at this moment. Throw it away. Look presentable, even if it's just to yourself. It does something for your self-esteem because it shows you that you are worth it even to you. Be kind and forgive yourself. A lot of the times we are our own worst critic. We have so much grace and compassion for others, but when it's time to bestow that grace and compassion onto ourselves for whatever bad choices we made or bad decisions, oh, I got with the wrong man, I did this wrong, I snapped at my kids, I was late on a deadline for work, whatever it is, show yourself grace and compassion as well. Forgive yourself for whatever mistake that you think you made in your past that's holding you back from being the fullness of who you're supposed to be. Go back and talk to your younger self and say, girl or guy, I forgive you. You didn't know better because if you knew better, you would have done better. And from now on, we're going to move forward and let it go and fulfill our larger purpose and destiny. Don't take other people's opinions of you personally. Whatever opinion somebody has about you, a lot of it is rooted in how they feel about themselves. So a lot of times if somebody is spewing out negativity towards you, it's because that's how they feel about themselves and their own situation. A lot of times when people are saying, you're ugly, you're fat, you're stupid, you're this, you're that, it's because if they're being honest, this is how they feel about themselves. They have body issues, so it's easier for them to just spew out negativity about other people's body issues. They have deep down insecurity, so it's easier for them to take the attention off of themselves and just say, you know what, you're ugly, you're stupid, because they feel intellectually small, so it's easier for them to point out somebody else's flaws or whatever it is that another person is going through. Don't take it personal. I've come to learn this over the years because I used to be, well, I still at times, I'm a very sensitive person, but what really has helped me is coming to realize that, oh, whatever negative you say about me, especially when you don't know me, that's what's at the root of your own insecurities. So if you think I'm ugly, it's because you have self-esteem issues. It has nothing to do with me. Even when people are giving you compliments and people are positive, it shows that that person is confident within themselves. It shows that they've done a lot of work on themselves. It shows that they're confident and secure enough to share kindness and know that it doesn't take anything away from them. So like I said, even when people are giving you positive criticism or negative criticism, a lot of it is rooted in how that person feels about themselves. Become good at something. A lot of us may not be good at everything, but if you can become good at something, some kind of skill, some kind of talent that you put effort in, that you continuously work on and improve on, it builds confidence within yourself because in that area, nobody can tell you anything. In that area, you know what you know and nobody can tell you anything about it. Obviously, people can always, give you constructive criticism in terms of improving and things like that, but nobody can shake your confidence in that area because you know what you know. And it's also great to be good at something because it gives you something to talk about, something to pat yourself on the back about, something to be like, oh, I have something to offer a conversation because this is the area of my expertise. Whether it's pottery making, whether it's making YouTube videos, whether it's reading and becoming a real intellectual, whether it's playing an instrument or lifting weights, be good at something because the knowledge that you have When you speak about it, there's an excitement about it that engages people and draws people close to you. Be intentional with your time. Make your yes expensive. If you don't value your time, other people will value your time for you. Even if you have nothing to do all day, structure your time in a way that from the next 2 hours, I'm just going to relax and pamper myself, because that's what's important to me today. If somebody calls, don't say, oh, I'm not doing anything. No, I'm spending time with me. I'm pampering myself. Therefore, I am booked and busy, okay? If you don't respect your time, you'll be running here and there, doing everything for everybody else and feeling drained and exhausted by the end of the day, accomplishing nothing for yourself. Even when it comes to your children, I'm a mother that has 2 kids. I am also a wife, so I have to be very strategic with my time and also respect my time, because I also have to respect myself. I have to carve out time for myself, because I can't be my best for them if I don't take time to be my best for me. So be strategic with your time. Make your yes expensive. I'm not saying it just to be like snobby, like, oh no, I don't have time for that, I don't have time for that. I mean, do things that you really want to do, so that when you do it well. Right? Just say no. I know this can be very, very difficult, especially if you are a people pleaser, but the reality is you have to say no. I remember my 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Green, she told us no is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain your no, just say no. You don't have to go out of your way and break your back to put yourself in situations that are uncomfortable to you, just to show other people that you're a good friend or that you're worthy of being in their circle. No. Part of building your self-esteem is knowing who you are and being comfortable in who you are. I'm not saying say no to everybody to the point where you cut the world out. But when respecting your time, when respecting yourself, say no to things that make you feel uneasy. Say no to things that are not in line with your goals and purpose and plans for your life. Say no to things that will make you feel awkward or uncomfortable, or that will just stress you out or stress out your time or take away from the things that you really care about. It is okay to say no, because if you were to drop dead today, they'll find somebody else to do what they need to do. So be kind. I feel like kindness is so underrated right now. When you are kind to people, it sets off a magnetic field of kindness. So when you give it out, you do attract it. And when you attract kindness, it does make you feel good about yourself. It makes you feel like, wow, somebody noticed me today. Somebody was kind enough to see me. When you can see others and you take the time to see others, others will take the time to see you and to notice you. You never know that your one sentence to somebody of kindness can change their whole day, can change their whole outlook on life. When you give that out, maybe you may not get it back from that person, but somebody else, when you really need it, might give it back to you and might uplift your spirit in that moment. And that don't compare. It is very true when they say comparison is the thief of joy. You may be feeling really good about something, about an accomplishment that you've had, but when you go now and let's say you go on social media and you see somebody that probably is at a different level accomplishing something that you haven't accomplished yet, the accomplishment that you were excited about before now gets diminished, and you're like, oh, this doesn't even mean anything. Look at what this person is doing. Look at what that person is doing. Don't do that. Be happy with your own accomplishments, because the happier you are with your own accomplishment, I truly feel it sends off an energy so that you can accomplish more. When you're busy comparing what other people are doing or looking at other people instead of looking at yourself and what you can accomplish, you accomplish less and less, because everything is about what they're doing. Everything is about what this person is doing, what this person is accomplishing, instead of looking at yourself and saying, okay, I accomplished this. I pat myself on the back. What is my next level? What is my next step? What's the next thing that I can accomplish? Because when you focus on yourself, and you keep building and accomplishing more and focusing on yourself and building, accomplishing more, before you know it, you're at a certain level in life where you look back and you're like, how did I even get here? But that's only if you can focus on yourself and don't compare your achievements to somebody else's achievements, because we're all designed and set up for different things. Twins that are born from the same womb can have vastly different goals and purposes in life. So it wouldn't make sense for them to continuously compare themselves to each other, because your purpose might be different from my purpose. So certain things that you're accomplishing is great for your purpose because that's what's needed for your purpose. And certain things that I'm accomplishing that you may not be accomplishing is great for my purpose because that's what's needed for my purpose. So me comparing myself to you does me a disservice because we don't have the same purpose. We're not on the same path. So you may accomplish something at 19 and I may accomplish something at 35, where for our different purposes is where we're supposed to be. But celebrate your accomplishments no matter how big or small. This is something that I've started to implement that is very, very important. I'm the kind of person that, because I always have like something else that I want to do, another goal, another thing that I want to accomplish, that a lot of times I can just get lost in the next thing, that I don't give myself enough time to look at what I accomplished and say, girl, you did that. Celebrate no matter how small it is. When a child is taking their first step, we celebrate. When both my sons, when they took their first step, you would think there was a party going on. We were jumping up and down. We were, congratulating them. We were encouraging them. We were so, so happy. So even with you, when you're starting a new venture, when you're starting a new business, when you're starting a new idea, every little step, celebrate it. Congratulate yourself, because each step that you take means the further you're going and the closer you are to where you want to be. Take yourself out to lunch, buy yourself something, and it doesn't have to be something huge. Just something to commemorate, like, oh, I did this today. I'm going to treat myself to my favorite drink, or I'm going to treat myself to something organic today, or I'm going to treat myself to a warm bath. I'm going to treat myself to just luxuriating for the next hour. Celebrate. You are worth the celebration. Find out what is your likes and your dislikes. Truly get to know yourself. Don't go on what does society say that I should like. What does society say should be attractive to me? What does society say I should want? I should want this, or I should want that. Really investigate yourself and ask yourself, what do I really want? From the inside out. Not what is society telling me I should want. What do I really want? What does my heart long for? What do I find beautiful? Not what society is telling me is beautiful. What do I find beautiful? What do I appreciate in another person? What do I appreciate in friendship? What do I appreciate in romantic relationships? Get time to really know yourself. You could do that with self-care, taking a warm bath. Close your eyes and spend time with yourself. Ask yourself questions. Ask yourself hard-hitting questions. What is truly holding me back? Is it jealousy? Is it my past traumas? Really spend time to get to know yourself. And the more you know yourself, the more you can start to uproot things that you don't like about yourself. And the more that you uproot the things that you don't like about yourself, the more you start to fall more and more in love with yourself. I'm not talking about it in an egomaniacal way. I'm not talking about it in an arrogant way. But when you spend time with yourself and start to see your honest flaws and start to see like, oh, I don't like this about myself. I need to do something about that. Let me start to change that. And when you start to change it, you start to like yourself more. You start to like who you're becoming, which helps build up your self-esteem. Now, I'm an advocate for this, and you guys know this, but it is get therapy. We are in a world where a lot comes at us very, very quickly. And if we are not strong enough, we can collapse under the pressure of society. And a lot of times we collapse because we have not done the inner work to get to know ourselves, to uproot our past traumas, to know our triggers, to know what we like. And sometimes you need assistance in doing that. And therapy is the way to go. You have a neutral person that doesn't know you, that doesn't have to tell you what you want to hear, but it's really just there to help you improve in life, to help you accomplish your goals, to help you be your best self. There's nothing wrong with getting therapy. It doesn't mean that you're crazy. It doesn't mean that you can't do things or you're inadequate. It doesn't mean anything negative. It actually means that you are strong enough to realize, hey, I can be better. You're strong enough to say to yourself, I don't like this about myself and I need help uprooting this. I don't like this generational trauma that's going on and I need help uprooting it. So therefore, I'm going to get therapy. I'm going to go to somebody that's professional and skilled in this area and knowledgeable in this area that will help me with the tools so that I can use to uproot whatever is keeping me down. I am such a strong advocate for it, and it's not something that you have to be in for the rest of your life. You can get therapy for a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. It really just depends on you. It depends on where you are in life. It depends on your goals. It's something that I recommend to everyone. You are worth it. You are valuable. You are worth the investment of time and money to be your best self. Set boundaries and stick to them. I know this can be very uncomfortable, especially if you're a person that has never set boundaries before and you're a person that just let people take advantage or people walk all over you or you're a people pleaser. In order to help you build your self-esteem, you have to set boundaries. Your boundary might be different from another person's boundary, so you can't compare. You have to know for yourself what is important to you, what is a deal breaker to you, what is a no-go area to you, and you have to let people be aware of that so that if they do cross those boundaries, you can tell them exactly, this is what you did and this is how it's affecting our relationship because I told you this was my boundary and you disregarded it, which means you disregarded my feelings about this. So therefore, if you disregard my feelings about this, it's making me reevaluate our relationship. You have to set boundaries and stick to them, because when you set a boundary and you don't stick to it, it's no longer a boundary. Once you let somebody break your boundary the first time and you don't do anything about it, you don't address it, to them it's like, okay, what's the big deal? When you bring it up after they did it the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th time, they're like, what are you talking about? I did this like 5 times before. You didn't say anything. Why are you saying something now? Set your boundaries, whatever it is, and let the people around you know, this is something that I'm not going to stand for. What you used to do to me yesterday, you can't do to me today. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Certain things I used to tolerate before, I'm not tolerating anymore. And last but not least, at least for this video, is find your tribe. Find your circle of encouragement. Find your circle of motivation, of inspiration. Find the people around you that are interested in the things that you're interested in, that motivate you to do more and be better in areas that you want to be better at. Find the people that will encourage you when you're feeling low. Find the people that will encourage you because of the things that they're accomplishing. Look for the people that when they're doing something, you're like, wow, that is really awesome. I would love to do that one day. And by seeing them do it, it encourages you to want to do it. Don't be the biggest fish in the pond. Always look for people that are doing better than you in the area that you want to be really good at and support them, encourage them, because as you're doing it, people will support and encourage you as well. No man is an island. We all need support. We all need encouragement. We all need motivation at one time or the other. It's so important to not be alone. It's very important, especially when you're building your self-esteem, because you're unlearning a lot of stuff. You're unlearning and uprooting a lot of traumas. You're unlearning and uprooting things that no longer serve you. It's so important to be in a tribe of people that can pour into you, pour into your skill, pour into your hopes, pour into your visions. It is very important to find encouraging, uplifting people that won't baby you, that won't let you make excuses all the time because they see the best in you and they want what's best for you. People that... Alright, beautiful people, I hope this video was very helpful. I shared a lot of tips. If there's anything that I've missed, please leave it in the comments section below. Like, subscribe, share this video with whoever you think needs it at this time, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!